Hey, what up guys and gals? Jesse here from Long Lost Robots. Today we're going to be completing a song that I have about 80% written using the MPC line of products, namely the MPC ONE, which is what I have. As of right now, I have the full song arrangement on the MPC. My biggest problem is I have segments like the verses and choruses looping, and I want those loops to be just one single verse or chorus or intro. I don't want it to loop in the MPC. When we bring it to Logic Pro 10, I want to be able to work with it very easily, so I don't want a bunch of loops. I want full segments, and I'm sure you can understand why. So right now, let's go ahead and go over the song. I'm going to play it for you. I have a bass. I have drums that come from the MPC 909, I believe. Let's go ahead and see that really quick. Yeah, the 909 drum kit. So I'm using the 909 drum kit from the MPC. I have the DeepMind 12 for the synthesizers right now. I have lyrics. I have just about everything going. Let me show you the song so we can move forward very quickly. Might have to do a two-part series. We'll see. But let's get going. Let's have some fun. Let me show you the song so you can see where I'm going. Let's get going.
In the middle of the night, I feel you reaching for me. Nothing's really ever how it seems now, girl. This time I see all your tricks you're playing on me. I'm not a fooling for it. In the middle of the night, I feel you coming for me. Every single time that I turn my back on you, I come running back when you're knocking on the door. And then you wrap your arms around me, and I feel your heart beat up against me, and I remember. And then I feel your heart beat up against me, and I remember, oh, oh, oh.
Alright guys, so that's the song. In my opinion, this is a song that's worth printing, worth taking into Logic Pro, taking it to its at the end level. I think it's a hit song in my opinion. I think it's a very simple song lyrically, which has been kind of done before, but you take it and you add a new twist to it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Really cool song. I love it. I knew I had a hit on my hands once the melody came along and the lyrics. It was perfect. So this song's ready to go. First things first, what we want to do is get the intros, verses, bridges, and choruses all down to one. I don't want them looping. Now the chorus at the end is doubled, so maybe I'll just loop it, but it needs to be one full length, and that way I'm not looping things, and things can have a little bit more organic feel instead of just a looped feel. Okay, so let's get started and kill one thing at a time, and we can finish these songs. Right, let's get going. All right guys, so let's go into the intro. We're here in the intro. You can see it's at 4 bars, and I don't want that. I think immediately we need to go ahead and double it. So we're going to come in through here, double length, come on out. I always have my instruments with me when I'm using it for the most part. If I need to play along, I can do that and really just start feeling the song out. So let's see how it sounds when it's looped. Alright, so the first thing too is let's get some of this stuff labeled. Like I said, this is the very fast song, so all the ideas just came to me very quickly. DRUMS, and again we're using the 909 directly free with the free software drum kits that came with the MPC. I'm using the 909. It sounds really cool. It sounds very poppy, and it just gives it that non-real drum feel, because I'm not here to program real drums. We're here to use drum machines. So right now we have it done twice, and we're probably going to be looking for like a nice little fill at the end. And see, and one reason why we don't want it looping, because we don't want that fill twice. We don't need that fill twice. We just need it into the end of the intro, into into the verse, okay? Or into the kind of like second intro. So let's go ahead and keep going. All right, so I'm gonna erase some of those claps to kind of give it some build up too. Okay, let's do that over. We're gonna go ahead and hold down erase in the claps that I want. I think I'm gonna erase those first claps as well. Now it just kind of builds it up. And we're going to give those 2 snares right there. There we go. And in the recording, we're going to separate those 2 snares. We're going to explode the tracks here in a little bit. We'll talk about that in a second, and we can put that in Logic Pro. We'll have control over every track. Cool, sounds great. Let's go ahead and move forward.
Feel your heart beat up against me, and I remember. And then I feel your heart beat up against me, and I remember, oh.
So very simple. You can see I only need the 8 bars. So once I doubled it, that gives me the 2 full lines of "and I feel your heartbeat up against me." Gives me my full line. So what we can do is let's get a little cymbal in the beginning, a little fill at the end, and that'll give us that build up in between verses and choruses and bridges and all that good stuff. So let's hear our little cymbal. I think that's going to be it right there. Let's go ahead and hit record, play, start. 2, 3, 4. Undo that. We can't do that. It's overdub.
Feel your heart beat up against me, and I heart beat up against me, and I remember. And then I feel your heart beat up against me, and I remember, oh. Against me, and I remember. And then I feel your heart beat up against me, and I remember, oh.
I think that's going to be great. Very simple. We don't need major fills. It's a drum machine song. I like to follow the Prince rule. Keep it simple, keep it simple, keep it simple. You do not need a lot of fills. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bum, 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 bum. And then,
okay, so I think that's definitely too long. So let's go to the bars, maybe another 8 off of there. 24, 20. So 18 or 16.
This time I feel it.
Okay, so we don't want that. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I thought 24 should be it. Maybe 22. Should be 24 then.
Till time that I turn my back.
All right, there we go. So bar 24. So one thing I did want to mention really quick is this is the very first sound that I created on the DeepMind 12, maybe the second or third, but it's one of the very first sounds that I saved. Very excited about it that I can use it in a song because I'm still learning on synthesis and how to make my own sounds and all that good stuff. So I'm super proud. I hope you enjoy it. Cool. We got our length. Let's go ahead and do the same thing. Let's get a cymbal in the beginning. We'll get maybe a little mid fill and then a very end fill for the verse. Okay, so let's get that going too. So we can go ahead and just overdub. Start. 4.
back when you're knocking on the door, and then you wrap your arms around me and I feel you.
All right, so the song has a bridge, which bridges the verses and the choruses. That bridge bridges those two together. The thing I need now is a breakdown, which will break down the whole song. Now that can either be another key change, or that could be like another, right now I'm using a verse. So I'm doing a verse a third time, and that gives it the breakdown. But I think we need another key change. Even though there's a lot in the song compared to most pop songs, this one could really use it. So what we'll do is I think we'll take the verse, we'll copy it over, and we'll get the key change there. We'll shorten the length because it doesn't need to be that long. And even if I don't shorten the length, I think we can use the exact same verse drums, but change the keys over, and that'll give it like a nice constant drum machine sound. Breakdown, D, O, Yes, do it. All right, so now we're on the breakdown. So let's go to the drums. Let's go to the synthesizer. We're going to go ahead and erase the whole part. We're going to do it. Let's go ahead and see what happens. All right, cool. All right, guys and gals, so it looks like I have a little breakdown going. So let's get it recorded, see if it's going to flow right with the chords, the chord progressions, flow in and out, and see what happens. Okay, let's get going. Overdub. 1, 2, 3. Goes a little closer. Let's try that again.
And then I feel my heart beat up against me, and I remember. And then I feel my heart beat up against me, and I remember. Oh, my Lord is something I am. I wanna get my heart over it over again.
Let's do a chorus.
Feel my heart beat up against you, and I remember. And then I feel my heart beat up against me, and I remember. Running for my heart, everyone but better. I wanna break my heart, everyone but better.
Okay, so far it seems like the chorus is going into the breakdown, but the breakdown will not go back into the bridge. So maybe with some finagling, we can see what happens and how long things needs to go and how many patterns need to repeat. But let's go ahead and see how that's going to feel, because maybe it's just the chorus into the breakdown and it just goes right back into the chorus. No bridge, okay? Remember, the bridge bridges the verses and the choruses.
I wanna get my heart over and over again. Oh, and then I feel my heart beat up against me, and I remember. And then I feel my heart beat up against me, and I remember.
So it's looking like the chorus will go into the breakdown, and that breakdown will go right back into the chorus. Let's go ahead and see that breakdown. It's going to need a nice good fill to go back into that.
Again. And then I feel my heart beat up against me, and I
All right, so not so bad. I'm thinking that's the way it's going to need to be, because there's just no reason to go back into the bridge and go back into like a verse or anything like that. It's just really just time to end the song. The song has plenty of breathing room without lyrics to give synthesizers and guitars to shine. This song needs to go into that breakdown and end the song and just hit hard with that chorus. And I think the chorus is definitely worth it. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and just get a nice little fill for the end and see what we can do.
Everyone is better. It's like I'm pouring my heart, everyone in it. And then I feel.
All right, guys, so as you can see, one reason I like writing with the MPC is its ease of use of just being able to loop things, get ideas down, get them into the MPC if I needed to, and then of course get it to the DAW. But right now, as you can see how very, very, very quickly we can get this going. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and build the song with the new breakdown in it and all the new fills. So we got to come into song mode. What we got to do is we got to get rid of all of this. We shouldn't need this. This should be a 1. The verses should be a 1. There should not be doubled. The chorus should be a 1. Verses should be a 1. There just should be no reason why anything's tripping out, right? Go in the bridge. Chorus is going to go 1. Then we have the verse. We're not doing the verse anymore. We're doing the breakdown. And that breakdown is going to be 1 time. Verse, bridge, chorus. Okay. Then we're doing the breakdown. At the very end, we're doing the chorus twice. We're also going to need to do like a last ending hit, because it remember, oh, remember, oh, and it's gonna stop on the 1. So we need to kind of like a kick, little snare, little cymbal or something like that, just to give it a nice ending, right? All right, guys, let's have a little fun. Let's play the song. It's complete. We just have the bass, the 1 synth, vocals, drums. We're stacking it pretty hard. Once you start adding a few more instruments, guys, you don't have a long ways to go. You're almost finished. Let's check it out.
In the middle of the night, I feel you coming for me. And you know that I'm such a sucker for you. This time, yo, tricks won't work on me now. I see through you every minute, oh. In the middle of the night, I feel you reaching for me. Every single time that I turn my back on you, I come running back when you're knocking at the door. And then you put your arms around me, and I feel your heartbeat up against me, and I remember. And then I feel your heartbeat up against me, and I remember. Remember, oh, oh, oh. In the middle of a night, I feel you reaching for me. Nothing's really ever how it seems now, girl. This time, yo, tricks won't work on me now. I see through your every little smile. In the middle of the night, I feel you reaching for me. Every single time that I turn my back on you, I come running back when you're knocking on the door. And then you wrap your arms around me, and I feel your heart beat up against me, and I remember. And then I feel your heart beat up against me, and I remember when I fall in line, I've gone in this just started on it, roll me up. It's time to fall behind every little moment I can. It's kind of for my heart, every little one that for around. Oh, I seem to see it around, I'm falling for my heart, every little time I get in. Oh, hardest did you open, now I feel your heart beat up against me, and I remember. And then I feel your heart beat up against me, and I remember. And then I feel your heart beat up against me, and I remember. Then I feel your heart beat up against me, and I remember.
All right, guys and gals, that's it for me today. This video has gone on way too long, but I think we got the meat and potatoes. I'm glad we have that new breakdown going. Next video, we're going to start showing you some of the details on getting this finished. We're going to record basses inside here. We're going to get some more complementary synthesizer parts. We're going to be doing guitar parts. And then at this point, we're going to get it ready to go into Logic Pro and record the song fully. My main goal in the next video is to just have a live version ready. And then when I bring it to Logic Pro, we're going to start adding and layering as many tracks as possible to get it sound full, fun, and just explosive. So anyways, guys, the new fills, I'm happy with the new fills. I'm happy with the breakdown. If you've lasted this long, thank you so much. Subscribe. It helps a small channel out like this. Don't forget to subscribe to your favorite YouTuber out there. And anyways, guys, I hope you are making some beautiful music. Take care.